Good evening,
Good
Bhante.
evening.
Should we
You
start
can
now?
start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante. Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyana Mita, Namo Buddhaya and Sukhi Hontu. Welcome to Ti-Ratana Vihara Friday Sutta discussion by Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima. Please be informed that Sutta discussion class on July 3rd will be cancelled as Bhante will be flying to US. And there is a possibility that on the July 10th class also will be cancelled. But for confirmation, please check on our update on Ti-Ratana Vihara Facebook account. Tonight class is the day 180 of this series of Sutta discussion, which is the second class of Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta. Tonight's topic is wisely reflect before, during, and after you act. Tonight's class is sponsored by Sister Chan Hui San. May the merits accrued bring good health, safety, peace, abundance, and happiness to you and family. Sadhu. Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta is the 18th sutta that has been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion series. If you have missed the previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amapadana YouTube channel for previous videos. Newcomers are always welcome, so please share about this class with others. And whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bhante, can contact the Vihara administrator for further information. Friday Sutta discussion is always broadcast live on Ti-Ratana Vihara Facebook channel and on every Friday evening, 8:30 till 10 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. Now let me introduce to you about our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima, who was a professor of Buddhist philosophy in the Department of Philosophy at Ateneo de Manila University, Philippines. His recent peer-reviewed articles, Socrates and Early Buddhist Medical Ethics, Foundation of Moral Reasoning in the Care of Body and Mind 2025, was published in Buddhi, a journal of ideas and culture of Ateneo de Manila University. Bhante also presented his latest research at the annual meeting of the American Academy of Religion, or AAR, in Boston, USA, in a paper titled Custodian Without Ordination, the Guardian Nunce Tradition and Monastic Succession in 17th Century Sri Lanka. Bhante is also the senior advisor to Patisotta, a virtual Dhamma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dhamma talks, and a variety of other Dhamma activities. His Dhamma works can be accessed at www.patisotta.blogspot.com, and we can also follow Bhante at Patisotta Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and as always, thank you very much for the wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Aliana, for the introduction. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back to our Sutta discussion, TRV Friday Sutta discussion. Let us start our Sutta discussion by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Once again, welcome back to TR Sutta discussion. And today is day 180. It's another milestone in our Sutta discussion series. So before we move on to the discussion, let me also clarify the cancellation of the Sutta study. So as Aliana mentioned, we will be cancelling July 3rd Sutta discussion. Yeah, I'm coming back, so I try to do it. I try to conduct Sutta discussion, but in case if things don't work, so we are like hopeful to do the discussion on that day. We'll see how things go. That means we might see each other in the discussion on July 10, or perhaps not. We'll let you know. Okay, so today we are moving on to the second day, right? Second day of the Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta. I think most of you were there for the first discussion about this sutta. Are there newcomers for today? I think there are newcomers, Aliana, right? You added a couple of them, right? Can we see the newcomers? Because we would like to know where you are. Maybe you can raise your virtual hand. Or would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Jackie, are you new to our discussion? Okay,
I'm
so
Chandima. Yeah. Good evening, good morning, everybody. I am Jackie Koo. I'm currently in USA. Very happy to be part of the discussion and all the Kalyana Mita. I'm looking forward to learn from everybody. I have most gratitude for my sister, Lisa Ku, who has introduced me to the class. Thank
You are the
Bhante.
one who is joining from the most distant place, huh? Anyway, welcome to our discussion. Yes, Jackie is a newcomer. And who else? Mary Tunka, are you a regular one or are you new to our discussion?
Yes, Bhante.
Are you been coming to our discussion or this is the first time you coming?
This is the third time, I think, Bhante.
Do you go by Ratna?
Yeah, my Buddhist name is Ratana.
You change your name, so sometimes we are surprised.
Oh, no. Sorry, Bhante. I forgot to rename. I put number because last time
Okay,
we had the
no problem.
online retreat.
So we know now you have two names.
Ratana
Ratna and
Kumari.
Mary. Good to know.
Thank you,
Okay,
Bhante.
who else? It's good to know, right? So who we are just engaging with. Aliana, do you know anybody new who is joining?
Bhante,
Ah,
Bhante.
yes. May I know who you are and then you introduce yourself? What's your name and where are you joining from?
I'm from Thailand. My first time joining your Sutta class, but I had been to your OPRC
Yes,
class
I
and
know.
meditation
From
class.
Upland, yes. All right. So I think, yeah, I think we know pretty much about others. So yeah, it's good. So we will go into the second day of the Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta. Let's take a look on the blog post. Now, okay, before that, may I ask what we discussed last Friday? Can anybody tell me what we discussed last Friday?
The importance of learning Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta.
The importance of learning Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta, right? And we learned the story, right? The story says that the Buddha was living, where was he living at that time? Veluvana? Yeah.
Bamboo Grove.
Yeah, Bamboo Grove, Veluvana. And Samanera Rahula, his son, was staying in a nearby place called Ambalaṭṭhika. So at one time, when at time it was very small Samanera, he was 7 years old, Buddha wanted to pay a visit to see his son. And now he already went there and the story continues from there. So the story has three main Sutta has three main aspects about what's going on. The Buddha teaches him this. Okay. Tanking manyasi Rahula kimattiyo ādaso pacha vekkanatto Bhante. Tanking manyasi. What do you think? Rahula. Ādaso. What is ādaso? Mirror. Ādaso. Right? Pacha vekkanatto Bhante. Now, it has the answer given by Venerable Rahul also. Pacha vekkana atto. Pacha vekkana means? Now, avekkana means looking at. Pacha vekkana means reflection. So, what is the purpose of a mirror?
Reflection.
Do you use a mirror?
Yes.
Yes, you have to check, right? Whether you look good, right? Plus, you need some confidence about yourself, right? Have you ever gone out of your house without checking yourself in a mirror? You don't care about what other people think about you. No ādaso, no mirror. Right? It's good to have a mirror, right? Check yourself whether you are presentable. And now, whenever Rahula says, replies to the Buddha, Adaso is for reflection. Eva meva po Rahula paccavekkhitva kayena kamma kātappa. This is number one important teaching which the Buddha teaches here. And then second, paccavekkhitva vācāya kamma kātappa. Second teaching. Then paccavekkhitva manasa kamma kātappa. Let's go back. Even so, Rahula, paccavekkhitva. That means having reflected, having wisely reflected, kayena kamma kātappa. You should do your actions. What does it mean? We have to reflect before do anything. Do you reflect like that before you do anything? Now, you don't know how to do it, right? That's what the Sutta is talking about later. The Buddha teaches us, not even to Emperor Rahula, before you do anything, you have to reflect. Not even reflect, you have to continuously reflect. Okay? Next. Paccavekkhitva vācāya kamma kātappa. Before you talk, if you want to talk, you have to reflect and you have to continuously reflect wisely to talk. Don't simply talk. And then, paccavekkhitva manasa kamma kātappa. Having reflected, continuously reflect, you should think. What do you think? Are these very possible things to do? Yes. Only when you know the Dhamma well, you can do them. Otherwise, you cannot understand how to do this action. Now, today we are going to pick up this action part. How to reflect and continuously reflect before, while, and after we do actions. So there are three stages that we have to be concerned about. One is before we act. Second is now when you start acting, then you are on that acting particular verb. And then after we done the action, we have to do a follow-up. Three things must be done. Okay. So now let's go to the section. Today we are going to talk about a little bit of examples. So I will pick up the Pali text saying, otherwise we won't have time to explain. Right. Now first, Buddha teaches us reflection before performing a bodily action. Now before that, may I ask, how many bodily actions are there that we can do? How many?
3. Bodily actions 3, speech 4, mind 3.
One says bodily action has 3. Someone has said 4, right? Is it 4?
Speech.
Yeah. So what are the? I'm asking. Whatever the thing you are doing with action, then there must be a number of actions you can do. Type of actions actually. Then you can multiply the actions after that. Regardless of what action you are going to do, you have only 3 actions you can do. Not more than 3. What are they?
Killing, stealing, sexual misconduct.
No, good side. That's the bad side, right? You can either protect yourself or protect other beings, human beings or sentient beings. You can either protect your belongings, things, or you can protect other people's stuff, even the environment. You can protect your relationship, or you can help other people protect their relationship. These are the only 3 actions you can do. There are no other actions. Okay. Do you figure out any other actions you can do other than these three? Are there any other actions you can do other than these three? Are they? Yes, there are. What are they? The opposite of these three, right? Killing, stealing, and sexual misbehaving, right? Or supporting someone. So now the Buddha teaches us, before we do anything, good thing, especially good, there are three. Protecting life, then protecting other people's belongings, and behaving in sexual activity properly. You have to think. Yavadeva tvam Rahula kayena kamma kattukamo. Kattukamo means? Kattukamo. Intention. You are planning to do a certain action. Kayena kamma kattukamo. Your bodily action now is being intended by you. Tadevate kaya kamma paccavekta. Whenever Rahula you intend to perform a bodily action, that very bodily action should be wisely reflected upon. Now there is something very interesting. Now let us see how the Buddha asks whenever Rahula and us to think before we do it. This is the first thing to do. What is that? Yannuko ahang idang kayena kamma kattukamo, what to do in the action. Idam me kaya kamma attabhyabadapi sangvatte. Parabhyabadapi sangvatte. Ubhyabhyadapi sangvatte. What is number one thing that you must do before you do any action? You must check whether this action atta badaya. Does this action harm myself? Does this action destroy myself? Second, you have to check whether this action harm other people. Parabhyaya. Third, you have to check whether this action harm both myself and other people. So now where is akusala? Did the Buddha ask us to check akusala first time? First, before you do any action, you have to check whether that this particular action will destroy me, will destroy other people, will destroy both me and other people. So in this case, if a Buddhist can go and take life, if you are a Buddhist, can you go and take your life, commit suicide? You cannot.
No.
Now this teaching says you cannot, because if I go kill myself, that harms not even me, that harms my family. And that harms both me and that's why when we discuss about euthanasia, the Western concept of what you call mercy killing, compassionate killing, these teachings are going to really bother, definitely going to object those teachings, because it is a harm, right? Not even that, that is number one. Number one, you have to check whether this is going to harm me, harm other people, harm both me and other people. The second thing you have to check before you do any action is akusalang idang kaya kamman dukkhudayan dukkha vipakanti. Is this an akusala, unwholesome bodily action? That means killing, stealing, and sexual misbehavior. Is it one of them? Because such actions give rise to dukkhudayan, dukkha, and then dukkha vipakanti. That means you are only going to check kusala akusala as the second step. Now, may I know what you're supposed to do with regard to your actions? Before you do any action, what should you do?
Reflect before, during, and after.
No, we haven't talked about during part yet. During, after. We still talk about before part.
Intention.
Intention.
I'm asking depending on what we've been discussing already. Forget about the intention, forget about all the things you know already. Depending on what we've been discussing right now, what the Buddha is asking us to do before we do any action.
To
Whether
reflect
it
It
leads
causes
to
dukkha towards
First, we have to check.
reflection.
First we have to check whether this action destroys me or harms me, destroys other people, and destroys both I and other people. That's number one. We have to check that. We have to wisely check it. Second, we have to check whether this is a akusala. There's something very interesting here. Normally you learn that you have to check kusala right away, right? But here Buddha teaches first, sometimes you might not understand the kusala nature, but you will know the harm and the benefits. If it is really, it's a kind of emotional feeling-wise thing. When you want to do something, am I really going to harm somebody? Destroy someone? This harming, destroying can even be anything, right? So you have to check that. So there are two things you have to check. What are they? Checking whether this will harm me, other people, and both me and other people. Number two, whether this is an akusala, which will create dukkha, or it will end up with a lot of dukkha vipaka. Okay, this is what we have to understand. We have to check before we do any action. Now, going on. Then the Buddha teaches us in that wise reflection, Sachetam Rahula Paccavakamano Evam Janeyas. Now, if upon reflection means these two, first and second one. Paccavakamano Evam Janeyasi, you will know this. Yanko ahang idan kayena kammang kattukamo. Idan me kaya kammang attabhya da yapi samvatteya. Parabhya badaya pisanvatteya. Ubhayabhya daya pisanvatteya. Then you understand this action that I am going to do will lead to harm, will harm me, harm others, harm the Buddha. Can you sometimes can you sometimes see that kind of a thing? Suddenly something comes to your mind, you just do a wise reflection, then you find out, yes, it will harm me, it will harm other people, it will harm both of us. Sometimes it will only harm me, not others. Sometimes it will not harm me, it will harm only other people. Right? But they are all correlated. So now there's a situation that you go through this and you know it at the moment. Then akusala kammang idan kaya kammang, not even that. The second part also you will be understood. Akusala kammang, akusalang idan kaya kammang, dukkhudayan, dukkha vipakanti, eva rupanti rahula kayena kammang, na karaniya. At the same time, you understand that this is an unwholesome akusala action leading to dukkha, resulting in dukkha, vipaka. Then Rahula, such a bodily action, na karaniya. Na karaniya means should not be done. Right? So first you supposed to understand whether this is harming yourself, other people, both. And then you identify the akusala nature of that, how that akusala leads to dukkha, and then how that dukkha will create dukkha vipaka here and in the future lives. And then you create a self restraint that I'm not going to perform this action. I better not do this action. Okay. So then, Sacipana twang Rahula Pacchavikkamano evan janiyas. Sometimes you also understand the good side. Whatever that comes to your action, before you want to do an action, you notice that it will not harm me, it will not harm other people, it will not harm both of us. Also, it is not an akusala, it is to protect you and other people, it is to protect your stuff and other people's stuff, it's to protect your relationship and other people relationship. So you make aware about that, and then you are going to you are not going to do it, right? Those things, but you are going to do the action that is not harming both of you. So it says, this bodily action that I intend to perform would not lead to harm for myself, nor to harm for others, nor to harm for both. At the same time, the good stuff. Kusalam idang kaya kamma, supudayam sukavipakanti, kevarupanti rahula kayena kamma karane. This is a wholesome kusala action giving rise to happiness. Sukhudaya. Earlier it was dukkudaya. Then sukha vipakanti, resulting in happiness. Then Rahula, such a bodily action should be performed. Okay, now this is the section about before. Now I have a question. Is it very easy for us to notice all these things? These two things? Huh? That is before you learn Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda. Now you have no choice now. No excuse now. Now you know that you have to wisely reflect before you do the actions. So what are you supposed to do before you do any action from today onwards? You want to do something. What you have to check first? Tell me.
Whether it will harm ourselves or other people or both. Whether it's a kusala action.
That is the good part. Also, we have to understand if it is harming me or maybe other people or the both. It can be any way. Sometimes it can only harm me only, other people. Then I have to understand that. I have to stop that action happening. Now, what is very good thing? You are in a meeting. I have so many examples later on. And you are dealing with your people. And those people are not favorable to you. You are in an online meeting now, in a public place. They are not favorable to you. You say A, they say B. Right? You are not agreeing to them. So what are you supposed to do now? Then you are very angry. Then you cannot do anything wrong to them. And the meeting is finished. You slam the laptop. Why? You are so angry. Now, before doing that kind of situation, before entering into that kind of situation, you have to think that, does this anger harm me? This is how, good example. Let's talk about examples now. Does this anger now I'm having harm me, harm others, harm both of us? Now, every time you are angry, will that protect you or will that harm you? Every time you are angry, will that protect
Harm
you?
us.
Will that
Bhante
harm?
will harm us.
Yeah. Every time you become angry, will that harm you or will that protect you? That will definitely harm you. Getting angry is a normal thing. But if you don't know how to manage it, could be the problem. But every time you understand that this will really harm me in whatever the way, you are going to, avoid that particular action because you know it will harm. Now, for those teachings that you learned earlier, metta, meditation, practicing metta, practicing karuna, practicing mudita, practicing upekka, can be very good examples now. Sometimes you know all these teachings, as theory. But where is the problem? Practical side, right? Because whenever the akusala things are arising, we don't notice them. How to notice them? Now, let's say you become very reserved. You don't want to be kind to other people. Now, in this example, in this theory, what are we supposed to do? Will this rudeness, lack of kindness harm me, harm other people, harm both of us? When you are unkind, will that unkindness harm you, harm other people, harm both of you? What do you think? When you are unkind because of any reason, will that unkindness harm you? It will harm you, right? Because
Yeah.
when you're going to be unkind, you perhaps hold a grudge against you. Maybe you were cheated by others because you have too much. Maybe you are greedy for your life, so it will harm you. This means, with regard to any akusala, there is a certain methodology which the Buddha asks us to respond. So this, what you call Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta, clearly mentioned that. It clearly mentions that you can avoid any akusala with regard to its materialization. Whether it can be any akusala, if you can reflect before, you can avoid it. But now, as you earlier understood, you might think that, no, I don't think about it. That's why the Buddha asks you, you have to give your reflection before you do any action. In the same way, Buddha asks us to check while we are doing it. Karom te napi, while performing. Now here, kattu, right? Kattu kama. See? Where is it? Kattu kama. Right? Kattu kama means intend to do before doing. Kattu kama. Now here, second, karontena, while performing. Karontena piti rahula kayena kamma tadevate kaya kamma pacchayakita. While doing the bodily action, you have to reflect. Is it still leading to harm, harming others, harming both? Or it is akusala or kusala? And the same thing. You can see here, whether it is harming me, harming others, harming other people, whether this is creating akusala, dukkha, and all that. Also, you have to check sometimes if it is not harming others, it is not harming me, it is not harming other people. Then only you do that particular action. Why did the Buddha ask again to check? If we check properly before. When you check sometime, you might ignore certain aspect of that checking. That's why Buddha asks you, check again. Right? Does this happen to us in our daily life? Sometimes we are getting ready for a trip, but in the last minute, we forget about something. Does it happen to you sometime? You're very careful about everything. But in the last minute, you forget about it because you are so excited about something. Right? You are getting ready for a good karma. But because you are too excited about it, you forget about something else. So then that's why the Buddha knows that. Buddha asks us, it doesn't matter whether you reflect before, again you have to reflect whether my actions are harmful to me, harmful to others, harmful to the both. Also have to check whether it is akusala or kusala. Very interesting, right? This is how the Buddha asks us to check. Now think about you are giving a dana activity. Dana is a good thing, right? Let's talk about that. We use the dana example here. Dana is a very good thing. So before also, Buddha asks us to be very happy about dana, right? But while you are giving the dana, something happens, right? Maybe you wanted to give the dana in a certain way, but it is not happening in that same, right? Maybe you brought something to the temple, and then somebody brought something completely different than what you brought, and now the whole meal is not going to be matched. You have a certain unhappiness about it. Now I wanted to offer this, but because of those items, the dana is not going to be like pleasant in the way how I expected. That's why the Buddha said, you are okay, you are good before. It doesn't mean you are okay during the dana time. Before dana, you are okay, but now something wrong. That's why you have to check whatever happens. Am I creating akusala? Am I having a lobha, competition, frustration about somebody in the dana activity? Then I bring it. This is any thought that I'm having giving me trouble, giving me harm, or giving harm to other people, giving harm to both. You're going to check like that. Or you practice metta meditation. You start with very much happiness. So may I be well, happy, peaceful, and so on and so forth. Then you come to the fourth group, difficult, challenging people. So you think now I have to also give metta to difficult, challenging people. Then, because of your cultivation is not too strong, your metta cultivation is not too strong. That means you haven't practiced consistently. When you go to that point, more than what you're supposed to do metta to those people, your past memories come to you. This person did this to me, bad mouth about me, ungrateful to me. Those untrained stuff come to you. They are very, very constructed stories in you for long term. But your metta cultivation, too low. Those stories going to take over your metta cultivation. Now, this is the point the Buddha said, okay, you're nice. Before you do metta, you okay, it's good for you, good for others, good for everybody. But while doing the metta at different stages, what happened to you is that you could not wisely reflect whether I am properly doing the metta. But you couldn't do it. Then finally, stories are taking you off. Right? So then, halfway of the metta practice, your metta is gone already. Right? This is another example. I mean, how to do a bodily action. Now, I'm talking metta with regard to actions. I mean, when the Buddha told us, when you do actions, when you protect other people, when you act with other people, when you interact with other people, always need to be acting with them with metta, right? So that kind of metta will not be there if you could not check like this. Now, after the action, see the reflection after. What is the Pali word after? Kattvapi. Now, what are the three Pali words about these three moments? Kattukama. Kattukama, right? I go again here. Where is it? Kattukama. This is before doing any action, before you action. Then second, karontena. This one. Karontena. Third one, kattva. Right? So these are the three moments after. Now, what are you supposed to do after you do anything? Kattva pite Rāhula kayena kamma tadevate kaya kamma paccavekkitappa. Having performed the bodily action, you again have to reflect upon. How to reflect? Same way. Yannuko ahang idang kayena kammang akasi. Done earlier. Idam me kaya kammang attabhya badaya pisamvattati. Parabhya badaya pisamvattati. Ubhayabhya badaya pisamvattati. Akusalan idang kaya kamma dukkudaya dukkha vipaka. Okay, now going back and looking at what action I did earlier, I have to check again. Reflect, did this bodily action that I perform lead to harm for myself, harm for others, harm for both? Or was it an unwholesome akusala action leading to dukkha and resulting in dukkha? Actually, this part is a follow-up, right? Now you have done the action already. You're simply following up whether it was kusala, it was harmful or not harmful, or was it creating akusala or kusala? Or was it leading to dukkha or dukkha vipaka or kusala vipaka over here? Here there's something very interesting Buddha is talking about. Sachikotvan Rahula Pachavekkamano iman janayasi. If upon reflection, wise reflection, you know this action you perform led to harm for yourself, others, or both. It was, then understand, it was unwholesome, leading to dukkha, resulting in dukkha. Then Rahula, such a bodily action, eva rupam te Rahula, kaya kamma, sattariva, vinyusuva, sabbrahmacharisuva, dese tabba. Something very interesting. What does it mean? If you think, if you found out that you created an akusala bodily action, you must confess to a sattari means teacher, another wise person, or your Dhamma companion. Very interesting. Right? Why confession is important? Why can't you keep to yourself? In our Buddhist culture, are our devotees, our normal people, they are used to confess their problems to others, their teachers. Not that usual, right? In the church, yes, right? In the Catholic Church, they go and confess, but the thing is that when someone is to confess, the person who is confessing cannot see the priest on the other side. In some places, the priest also cannot see the person who is confessing, and priest is not allowed to inform the law enforcement about this. This is spiritual dialogue. But the thing here is, in Buddhism, you are not doing like that kind of a what do you call secret kind of confession. You approach the teacher, the proper teacher, okay, proper teacher, and you are sharing the teacher. I was trying to reflect my action, but I think I misunderstood my action. So I want to confess to you. So I clear myself, I clarify myself. If not a teacher, then either you are going to confess to a wise person. Who is a wise person? Someone who always speaks good, wholesome words, who comes up with wholesome thoughts, someone who always acts with wise actions. That person is a wise person. So if you cannot find your teacher, then you confess to a wise person. If not, at least you confess to a Dhamma companion, Sabbrahmachari. Right? Why it is important to confess? Why you cannot keep to yourself until you die? Very good question. You can hide, right? Why to reveal to someone like this? May I know why? Why?
That can be said reduce our karma, bad karma, by confessing.
Of course, it's a bad karma. But now the problem is the person doesn't confess to somebody. I'm asking why it is important to confess. This according to this teaching, right? Because here you can see the Buddha says, Eva rupante Rahula kaya kamma. If you have done a akusala karma, you must dese tabba, vivari tabba, uttani katabba. You have to confess, viritappan, disclose, uttani kabba, reveal to the either to a teacher, either to a wise companion, either to a spiritual colleague, Sabrahmacharya. Why I'm asking, why Buddhism says it's important to confess and reveal to someone like this? It's a bad karma. Of course, you know it's a bad karma. Even you tell or not, you are carrying the bad karma, right? Why it is?
Because the openness
Confession is
supports
part of-
moral purification.
Huh?
It supports moral purification.
Moral clarification. Now, there is a very dangerous thing that can happen to you if you don't confess. I'm asking that.
Bhante, I think to release oneself from the pain to carry on the pain to the dying moment. So it's best to release oneself from this sort of suffering, of holding on the secret and all that. So it's very heavy kind of
You are-
burden to carry
You are
on.
very, very closer to the interpretation over there.
To reduce guilt.
Self-improvement, Bhante. So
Yes,
you want
Jackie,
to
yes,
take the
you want to say
mistake.
something?
So that to reduce the harm in oneself before we go off. Harm? I don't know.
Put the burden down before we die, is it?
Learn to forgive.
Learn to forgive. Let me tell you, the most important thing that it is important to confess. It is important to confess before we die, because if you are dying out of a natural reason, right? If you are going to have a natural death, it is said that just before we are going to die, our mind is going to be very weak. So, although you want to fix your mind, you won't be able to fix that. So, mind is going back to our untrained nature. Yeah, unless you are going to Sotapan. You are Sotapan. So, then what will happen is that the mind will highlight the akusala we done before. Then you will die with that akusala, thinking, oh, I did it, I couldn't clarify it, I couldn't let someone know, I couldn't get it fixed actually to get a second opinion, anything, right? That is the dangerous thing. Because now we can hide it. We have 5 sense faculties working very well, everything looks good now. But just before we're gonna die, if you know you're gonna die, you cannot hide it anymore. So if you hide your akusala, the Buddha teaches that it is another akusala. Now you've done only one akusala. If you hide it, it is another akusala. That means you have double akusala. What you want to do? One akusala or double akusala? So that second akusala is called, hiding akusala is called maya. Maya means concealing akusala. This is the upakilesa which the Buddha talks. Sorry, I think I sent to. Okay, this is an akusala, maya. That's why it's very important to confess. You know, this is very highly encouraged among the Sangha community. If a Sangha member speaks in a way that is insulting other Sangha member, that same day, the Sangha member has to go and apologize from the other Sangha member. And the other Sangha member must forgive that Sangha member too. In Buddhism, it says, when someone apologizes to you, if you don't forgive, you are also creating a bad karma. Interesting, right? Very interesting. We think, okay, I'm not going to forgive you. You're such a bad person. No, maybe I forgive you, but I won't forget. It's too bad too, right? In Buddhism, if someone comes to you and saying, I'm so sorry, I think I made a big mistake, right? So you have to wholeheartedly forgive that person. Because that is the Buddhist way. Otherwise, you are trying to carry some sort of grudge. But there are certain things you have to keep a distance as well. If the person will do the same mistake again, you have to have a healthy boundary. But inside of your heart, you must have forgiven that person. Right. Anyway, now, in case you happen to have done an akusala, bodily action without this particular way which the Buddha asked Venerable Rahula to do, then you know it was an akusala. Then you have to confess. You have to clarify. You have to. Now, the other word the Buddha uses, uttani kamma, right? Uttani kamma. What is uttani kamma? Uttani kātabba. Uttani kātabba means making very deep things shallow. Sometimes you are listening to Paticcasamuppada, 12 parts of the, what do you call, causes and effect. The more you learn Paticcasamuppada, the more complicated you will, because of the way how it was explained by somebody. Right? Then better you don't study about it, because it will be more complicated. And that's why it's very important to learn. The Buddha teaches that Arahant Sariputta is the best out of all them. Arahant Sariputta had an ability called Uttani Kamma, same Uttani Kamma, which means when he teaches Dhamma to people, he make very, very deep, complicated Dhamma teachings very shallow. Shallow means not to undervalue the weight of the Dhamma, but to bring the heavy Dhamma teachings very light. People understand them in their daily life. Now here, what is Uttani Kamma here means you have just like how some people said here, weight, it's a burden to you. You need to put it on a side. You have to make your problem, put it on the side. You are revealing it to the right person. But be careful not to reveal it to the person who is not the right person. You'll be in trouble. Okay? That is also to be noted. So here, then, you have to confess if you have that. Yes, Sumita, you have to say something?
Yeah, Bhante. Just now, Bhante said the Buddhist way of confession is Patimokkha, one of the very good practice among the monastics.
What is that?
Patimokkha.
Patimokka. Yes, Patimokka. Yes, yes. Patimokka means the Pali word comes from Mokka, means Nibbana. Patimokka. Any disciplinary activity that the Sangha members are supposed to do are leading to the Nibbana. That's why, as I said earlier, if one Sangha member felt hurt by another Sangha member's words while doing things in the Vihara, that Sangha member has to apologize as soon as possible. And when he is apologizing, the other Sangha member has to forgive that person. That's why every full moon day, before the full moon day, they have to get together. They have to confess to each other. Sometimes the very senior monks, some to the young monks. If the senior monks felt that they have done something wrong, they explain to a young Upasampada monk. And if the junior Upasampada monks have done something not nice, they have to explain to the senior. So they are forgiving each other, clarifying to each other. Nothing to hide, nothing to carry. Why to carry a weight in our life? Right? Now, what is one very good example that happened to somebody who carried all the weight stuff to the next life? Who is that person in the Buddhist history? I tell you, I help you, I hint at you. Huh?
Bhante, is it Devadatta?
No, Devadatta did everything. I mean,
He
there's
keep
nothing for Devadatta to hide. Of course, it's very apparent that he did all the bad things.
he carry
There
all
was a
the
good
time the
person.
anger.
Yeah, no, there was a very good person in the Buddhist history. She has done the highest dana that any devotee can do to one Buddha. Sammasam.
Hena.
No, she's
Oh,
Mallika,
Visakha.
Mallika.
Oh, okay.
That's why you need to learn the life of the Buddha, right? One day we have to start another course about life of the Buddha, because without knowing the life of the Buddha, we cannot learn the Dhamma. Because all these examples come from the life of the Buddha at the end, right? So you know a little bit here and there, you don't know how to connect the dots now. So this Kosala Mallika was one of the wives of the King Kosala, and she done a bad thing. And what happened? Just before she passed away, she done the highest dana to the Buddha, right? Nobody can do that dana. She was the only blessed one to have done that dana. She needed 500 elephants. Then elephants have to hold the umbrella parasol to every monk. She did it, but she done something wrong. She concealed that.
Reborn
And
in hell for 1 week only.
doesn't matter, you are in the hell. Doesn't matter how long, right? The history says 1 week, but because what happened to her is not the 1 week problem. It came to her mind before she dies.
Yeah.
That is the problem I'm talking here.
Last
You can
time,
hide anything to you,
yeah.
your greed, your hatred, your delusion, but before you die, it will come to you.
Yeah.
Even though you have a very good meditation training, many sutta studies, forget about that. It will come to you, for sure, because you purposely hide it. That's why today we are learning, if you have done something wrong, clarify, confess this. That's it. And when you clarify, confess, there's another motivation that will come to your life. What is it? I should not do this again. Because if I do again, I have to go and clarify again to this person. I feel very bad about that. Why should I go to the teacher again? I did the same mistake. Oh, you are not following Dhamma. You only learning Dhamma every day. It demeans me. It is not good for me. Right? So I think when we confess in that way, it motivates us to reduce that constant engagement with the bad akusala activity. It helps us. But if you think, no, I don't have to confess. If I do a wrong thing, I understand myself. I don't want to do. You can do that. But it is not a very complete training, Dhamma training. That's why, as you said, Patimokkha for the Sangha members, for lay people also, you need to clarify with the right person. Don't clarify with the wrong person. It might be another wrong. Okay, I think because of the timing, we will have to go to the examples now. Desetva vivaritva uttani katva ayating samvara apanchita. What is this ayating? This is a very interesting thing. Ayating means future. Having confessed, explained, and made it known to that right person, what are you going to have? Ayating samvara. You will make sure that your future discipline is guaranteed. Ayating means future. Now, when a small monk goes to a senior monk advises for the ayati samvara, for the future discipline. If you know it today, you will not go through the problem next time. Right? This is the important thing. Okay. On the other hand, if you have done kusala, what you call any activity that is not harming you, harming other people, harming both of you, and it was wholesome, kusala, and it will give you sukha vipaka. And then it will give you happiness, sukha, and sukha vipaka, happy results. And you end up with piti, pamoja. Two things. You have joy, at the same time you have gladness, something much higher than piti. Vihareyasi ahorattanus sikki kusalesu dhammasu. You will be training yourself. Aho means rat, day and night. Aho rattanu sikhi kusalesu dhammesu. Now you will be training day and night, not during the ceremony in the temple only, not during your chanting, not only full moon, new moon day and night you will be training yourself. What a blessing thing, right? You will be training yourself day and night all along, 24/7, 365. It's not that you are going to be very harsh on you. When you do this wise reflection before, during, after, you reflect very nicely about what you are doing with your actions. All right, just to make this teaching more clear, we are now going to take a couple of modern examples, contemporary examples. Let's take 10, depending on the time. These are before. I have also taken the same examples for the during and after. Number 1. Examples of wise reflection before acting. Posting a comment on social media. What should I do? What should we do? Before pressing post, I have to reflect. Could my words humiliate, insult, or hurt someone? Are you doing that before you posting anything? Your messages, social media feed, are you checking? Will this hurt me or hurt other people? Or when you feel philosophical, bit rational, bit friendly with your own political views, you just post it, hit the post. How you post? You have to check that. The Buddha said you have to check. I mean, generally, but here in this contemporary case, you have to check whether these words are going to humiliate. I mean, your actions. Am I reacting out of anger? Will this contribute to understanding or division? A few seconds of reflection can prevent long-lasting online conflict. Sometimes in today's world, when you go to a certain internet situation, you can see how many people are struggling because of their actions. Somebody's one action led to many people's unnecessary reactions, right? If the person who posted that had reflected this situation, then I think it could have avoided. So same information, forwarding a news article. Is this information verified? Could it spread fear or misinformation? Could it damage someone's reputation? Is this information verified? Nowadays, there are so many medical information on internet that comes to our social media channels. Aren't they? They are coming, right? Somebody drinks this drink, this beverage, eating this food. Sometimes these information are not verified information. So what are we doing normally? We hit the forward button to everybody, right? To all the friends and everybody, they are getting, what is this? Drinking this particular beverage will give us this and that. Somebody is doing the video. Perhaps not even the person's problem who's doing the video, but you are simply quickly sharing it, forwarding it to other people. So be very careful, because according to the Buddha, before we do anything, we have to check whether this is harmful to me, to others, and to both of us. Kusala, kusala. Another example, your actions of sending an email, right? Another example, purchasing something expensive. This is very interesting in today's culture. Before buying, do we check, do I truly need this? Will this create financial stress later? Am I buying out of wisdom or impulse? A few moments of reflection can prevent months of debt, right? Sometimes people all pray to these issues without reflecting. Actually, the harm can be your personal financial debt as well, right? It can be, harm is not even killing anything, anybody. It can also be your financial problems as well. Sometimes you go and buy, that was not necessary. finally you are in a problematic situation. So you could have thought. Taking a photo of someone before snapping or posting, have I obtained their consent? Could this invade their privacy? Would I be comfortable if someone did this to me? Right? So there are so many examples that we can see. Take another one. Responding during a family argument. You can take it as speech later. Let's say choosing what to eat example before overeating or unhealthy consumption. If we are going to reflect, will this support my health? Am I eating out of hunger or stress? How will I feel afterward? Right? So this way we can reflect any action before we are going to do. And during, I have taken the same examples. While posting, you have to check again. Am I becoming increasingly angry? Am I attacking a person rather than addressing an issue? Will this comment create more hostility than understanding? Right? So you can check even while you are doing all these activities. You can read all that because of the timing. I would like you to ask some questions. That's why I'm trying to let you read later. And what about after posting something on social media? Did my post create understanding or conflict? Did anyone feel hurt, insulted, attacked? Would I post it again if given another chance? Right? You check again. So when you are going to reflect again and again, even after as a follow-up, what will happen to you is that that particular action that you are doing is really going to be a kusala action because of your wise reflection. Finally, we again go back to confession. When harm has been done, suppose you posted an angry comment online and later realized that it humiliated someone. You're going to acknowledge, you're going to discuss with a wise friend, mentor, teacher, spiritual companion, make amends where possible, resolve not to repeat the action. The goal is not guilt only, but learning and transformation. So when the action was wholesome, suppose you spend time caring for an elderly parent, help a stranger, donated to charity, or patient listen to a distressed friend, reflect, did this action bring well-being? Of course, yes. Did it reduce suffering? Yes. Did it strengthen kindness and wisdom? Yes. The Buddha encourages us to rejoice in such actions. This was wholesome. May I continue to cultivate such actions. This wholesome gladness, pamoja, nourishes confidence, joy, and more importantly, ayati. We use a Pali word here. Can we go back again? That's very interesting Pali word. Aho rattanu sikhi. That means sikhi, that you are training yourself day and night in the kusala activities. And then here, what the purpose? The purpose was ayati sangha, right? We learned that earlier. Ayati sangha. That means your future discipline. Now you know why do sangha members advise you for things that you haven't done also in your life? Sometimes you go and listen to a Dhamma talk. They are even talking that things that you never done in your life. Why are they saying so? What is the importance of listening to such things? You think they are not very important to me because you haven't done any of those things. Right? Think about, they may be talking about addiction in a Dhamma talk. But you are listening to that Dhamma talk. You know you will never be addicted. You are very strong in your Dhamma practice. But why is it still important to listen to that kind of a Dhamma talk about addiction? Why? Because it is a part of Ayati Sangvara. Ayati Sangvara means this one because it supports my future discipline. Because sometimes I know all the things now, I'm good now, but because the mind is changing very fast, our emotions are changing very fast, feelings are changing very fast. Therefore, I have to get ready for any situation. So I am safe. All right. So at this moment, we will get into a Q&A. So I just want to recap before we go to the Q&A. Today, we learn how Buddha advised his son, Venerable Rahula, about what to do with regard to the actions before doing the actions, during the action, and after action. Now, we take that same teaching to our life, especially as lay people for you. So next time or from today onwards, before you do any action, you have to check two things, right? What are those two things? I ask you again. What are the two things that you're supposed to do?
Whether it causes harm to ourselves, to others, or to both.
Oh,
And also whether it leads to
akusala,
dukkha, arising of dukkha and resulting in dukkha.
vipaka.
Do you have time to think all this? Now, before you're doing anything, I'm asking practically speaking, do you have time to think? You
No,
have to
this
make
is,
time. You
yeah.
may think you have no time. You have to make time for this. Then only your life will become happier. Actually, when we ask things from people, we have no time to think about these things. So busy, one by one. So what are you doing? Is your life very productive? You think that doing one thing over another thing, one by one, will make your life productive. You will become more isolated with your money. So that's why the Buddha says, give some time to think about these things. Then you are happier. And you are not creating any problems with regard to you, with regard to others, with regard to anything in this whole. You become a very responsible person with regard to your actions. Now we had to talk about speech and thoughts, in the future, sessions. All right. Any questions, please? You can raise your virtual hand. Yeah. All right. So we will go with the Meli, please.
Good evening, Bhante. So, Bhante, in order to learn how to do this well, we need to do it regularly, but I believe we have to do it very fast because before we do any action, like saying out, especially to blurt out something, right? So we have to like a computer, we have to process this practice very fast. Then we act. So it's not something that we can like take a long time to reflect before we act. Maybe even during will be like very mindfully we have to process this as well. Then after maybe something we can reflect maybe at the end of the day and to see what we have done, what wholesome deeds we have done and or unwholesome deeds.
Well, the momentum of this teaching depends on each one's personalized way of, acting. So I think if you think you are very fast, this is one thing that might have come to you, right? Perhaps in order for you to create space to do this teaching, you need to little bit of slow down, a bit slow down. But I think, yes, as you said, we cannot take longer. You need to act on it, perhaps head on, because sometimes you have to multitask. There are less opportunities for some people to unitask. So I think when you do it sometime, you will find your own momentum. What matters is not your momentum. What matters is whether you reflect before you do, that matters. So some people might be slow, some people might be little faster, some people are very fast. But I think we need to have a balance with regard to using this way, wise reflection. If you think that you are such a very fast person, I think you need to a little bit slow down, a little bit, not too slow down, because you need to process it. Now, say for instance, someone who is very patient, you look at that person's characteristics, the very patient people, they are very calm down, right? Sometimes they are not people who learn a lot of Dhamma also, sometimes, because they have cultivated it in their sansaric life. They are very calm. Even after learning Dhamma also, you can be like that, definitely. So the nature of that kind of a person is just taking some time for calmness and then to process what's happened. So I think all of us need a little bit of slowing down with regard to certain actions. But sometimes we have to respond a little bit faster. So what, yes, it depends on different persons. But what matters at the end is whether you are doing it before, during, after. Right? That is important. So if you can incorporate them in your own way, you may have your own way. Yeah? We don't need to follow our way with everybody. But you have to clarify. Yes, then Pauline and then Annie. Yes,
Thank you,
Pauline.
Bhante.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, where does whether we can discern our intention? For example, Bhante, the Dhammapada verse we learned 2 weeks ago on Venerable Samkicha, and all the monks were volunteering to themselves to be sacrificed. Isn't that like considered harming themselves? And then but they did it with the intention that, for the benefit of others. And also, I think the Buddha in his past lives, he also practiced the parami of dana, where he actually sacrificed his body for the tigress by throwing himself into the pit or something like that.
Okay, now I think you are pointing out apparent contradictions to this. Okay, let us address these things. Now, Venerable Sankicha's case is a different story. Now, all the monks who wanted to sacrifice, compromise for that particular thing, they were unenlightened monks. This is the problem when you are unenlightened. When you are unenlightened, you think life little differently. But Venerable Sankicha's case, why he wanted to go, he knows that nobody can kill him. He wanted to actually support other monks. Now, may I ask you, if Venerable Sankicha had not gone with them, what would have happened to them, other monks? May I know?
Other monks would have been
All
killed.
will be killed, right? Maybe all.
Yes.
One will be killed. So that's why there is the story teaches us that one monk intervenes the people there and protects them. The unenlightened monks wanted to sacrifice and they want to die because they have their different connections to think that way. But whenever Sankicha's thought is not like that, he knows that nobody can kill him. He wants to protect us. And the second point that you mentioned was example, Vyagri Jataka. It is a Mahayana version of the Dana Parami. In Theravada, in Pali's version, we don't look at it. We see the Sasajataka, the rabbit, rabbit. Bodhisattva was a rabbit, he wants to jump, and the Sakka is going to catch him. Actually, Bodhisattva's sacrifices are taken a bit differently because Bodhisattvas are doing those sacrifices with a different intention. Actually, they don't want to die. In most cases, they know they are going to survive in those attempts. They are not going to die in most of their cases. Now, even the Mahayana story where Ti-Ratana, the animal and the person understands that. So overall, it is not what we learn from Paccavekkhana perspective. I don't think they are contradicting. They are two contexts. Bodhisattva's context means he is selflessly dedicating to a good cause. And Bodhisattva knows in most cases he is protected. Whenever Sankiccha's case, whenever Sankiccha cannot be killed because of his arahant power, and other monks, they were trying to sacrifice because they are unenlightened. They wanted to support each other.
Thank you, Bhante.
And then Annie, yes, Paduma, please, your question.
Yeah, Bhante, I have been doing this, but sometimes, especially if it's with my sister, it doesn't turn out well because I know she will react. I know she will react, I will just after processing, right? What I want to say, what I want to do. After some time, usually I will give up. But because I give up, the situation doesn't improve, it worsens. So I go headlong. So I will still do this, what you call preparation before and during. I go headlong. Of course, then it will turn out to be a quarrel. But the good thing is she changed her action. So then when we meet, it become more amicable, then she will understand me better. But previously is when I gave up doing this, right? It means even though I processed many times, in the end, because I can see that she will react, I gave up. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, so your question at the end?
So now what I did is I do it and it improved my relationship with her. Even though I know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do will have negative reaction from her because she's very bad-tempered. She will definitely blow up, but I let her blow. Then I also, whatever she blow, I will counter-react. Then it makes her understand me better. And she will understand that her action is actually harming me. So it does help. It's not as difficult as people think, but actually it's quite easy. Once you do it, right? Like I've been doing this for a long time. It's very easy. It's not that tough.
Yeah, interesting. Actually, sometimes we have to deal with our loved ones, not the way that we ever expected with them, right? So we give them space to understand them, and then we also check what we talk. Actually, this is part of our next lesson, next class. We reflect upon what we talk, whether I'm talking something harmful to them. Now you say not your words, but her words sometimes, right? Anyway, but you are not going to retaliate, right? You try to de-escalate in the in the activities themselves.
Yeah.
So I think you have found a space for both of you to on your side to grow in your patient, on her side to de-escalate as well.
Yes.
I think it's good. This is something very productive going to happen very
Yeah,
soon.
this is a very good thing to do.
Yes. Retaliation is not the happiness.
Yeah, correct.
Because peace has no price. Peace is priceless.
Yes, correct.
Right? That's why we have to look for the peace.
Yeah. And also when we're dealing with other people, right? If we have processed it earlier, if during the action there is a change, not as expected, there is a change, but because we already processed it, right? We can react in a more applicable way that is very acceptable to the other person, instant, very fast, because we already prepared.
Sometimes don't process very fast. Take your time.
What I mean is
because
we
you
already
process everything
prepared.
and then you try to look for a solution. It's very difficult to because process already.
Yeah,
Take
it
time
was
to
already
process.
processed. Yeah. So if the situation changes, we already be able to react to it in a calm manner.
Yeah.
In a calm manner.
Next
Yeah.
time, let processing happen. I mean, taking time. Let it take time because then you don't have a fixed story about her. Otherwise, you have the fixed story. She did this thing before. Now I am good. That's why she is kind of de-escalating. You let her cool down, and you let
Oh.
yourself cool down.
Yeah.
Let the
And
person
she also let me see what I done that is not acceptable to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we see both sides.
And
Like you
it
said,
looks like
the
things.
mirror reflects
Yeah, looks like you
yeah.
both get along now. Things are so I
Yeah.
think let it happen and see how it works. Okay, and I'm going to actually pick up some of the questions here very fast. Joshua, according to story, Queen Malika committed a sexual relation with a pet, which sent her down. Yes, however, she also make offering to Buddha, which is a very strong good karma. So for this case, the magnitude of the negative karma of having sexual relation with an animal is stronger than the dana offer to the Buddha, since she go down to hell first before she. Of course, if you do an akusala is more powerful than kusala. And the bigger part of this problem is that when she was dying, she told herself, she thought to herself, I lied to the king, I lied to my husband. This was the problem. So she did Maya. Now, this dog problem, the pet problem, was the initial bad karma, but she made another bad karma. What was that? Maya. Because the king asked, "What happened? I think that you are doing something wrong." No, no, no. This is something normal, and she tried to make it very normal, and she tried to hide it, and it became a problem to her with herself before she passed away. That's why dana activity was superseded by this akusala activity, double akusala. And Kelvin's question: if we are on the receiving end of a negative issue, whereby maybe potentially getting scammed from an online seller, we requested the refund, but the seller on multiple occasions trying to delay. We're sending strong worded emails and giving them time to respond before going to the authorities is considered kusala for these and other types of receiving energy. Let me tell you a wise word here. I hope that when you are ordering things, right? Perhaps you are saying you are ordering something online. Try to check what could be a trustworthy place to order. Sometimes I know it's a little bit difficult because different people are selling things online, right? Maybe you can do certain verifications with regard to that. Let's say you did that, still it is very difficult to trace these people. Yes, so you perhaps you go by the what do you call customer interface in that particular website to complain. You can do that before you go to create strong worded emails, right? I think the strong worded email, I don't know how strong are these emails could be. Would that include certain indecent words, or I don't know. Perhaps you are going to use strong professional words. Was it? Okay. Yeah, I think my understanding is that in Buddhism we don't have to go to this level if we have checked, reflected buying from this kind of seller online about this particular object creating harm for me. Was it done? If it was done before, I think I would have not been in that trouble. It's like buying a mobile phone over a online shopping thing sometime. And we have heard so many times people bring the box, but there's no handphone inside, in some countries, right? A very big handphone, right? I think for people to buy certain products online, they have to think electronic gadgets, very expensive gadgets, they have to be wise to go to the right place to buy these things. So I think, if you have come to this level, if it is professional, if it is really highlighting what they have done, I don't think there is a problem to send that email. But my understanding is better avoid this situation. Avoid getting scammed by these bad people who are selling stuff, wrongly, right? Try to find a better way to buy your products. Whatever the product, I don't know, perhaps it's a little bit sensitive to talk about it, but find out the verified, trustworthy sellers online. is practicing Yoniso Manasikara brings the same result as very interesting. Yoniso Manasikara is called wise attention. And Paccavekkhana is called wise reflection. Now, initially, we need wise attention to understand all this. It's just an attention. But after that, wise reflection gives us a further filtration about that activity. It's like drinking water from a normal tap. And I know this is just normal tap water. But I don't think this is good water. Looks like it's not very filtered. I have to buy a good filter. And I buy a very nice filter to my place. And now I drink water that is coming through the many types of filtering things inside the filter. That is wise reflection. Although you know what you are doing, you know the problem. So that means wise attention and wise reflection, they are gradual activities that we have to follow in our sensory experience. But you are asking result, yes, of course. I mean, but they are mutually, inclusive. Wise attention must also be practiced. Wise reflection also must be practiced. They go hand in hand. Finally, please advise the
Yeah, Bhante.
sutta name regarding akusala. What do you mean by that? We were talking about this sutta now today. Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda. What sutta are you trying to know?
So, Bhante, I want to learn more about akusala. So I do not suttas. We talked
Okay.
about akusala.
All right, I can give you a sutta. Sālayaka Sutta, Majjhima Nikāya. I think, let me find it out. I think Sālayaka Sutta is a good one. Majjhima Nikāya 41. Put this way. Right, this one. This sutta teaches us how to become a human again. A lot of people ask, Bhante, how to become a human again? Practice 10 kusala. How to be a deva? Practice 10 kusala, right? So I think this sutta is a very interesting sutta about the importance, the weight of practicing kusala and the dangers of engaging in akusala. All right, any other questions? We can have one more question before we wrap up today. Yes, Hema, please.
Okay. Okay, Bhante, I'd just like to know how about mindfulness? Being mindful. So we are mindful of our action and speech. Then we were along the way. I mean, like today we learned the before, while,
During,
and after. So the mindfulness, how do we fit in being mindful?
Actually, because of mindfulness, we can do all these things.
Yeah. That should come first.
Mindfulness is the first
The key.
activity that we have to do. Only when we are mindful, we can practice wise attention.
Yeah.
And wise reflection. So that's why I'm saying all the time, mindfulness is not going and sitting down and thinking something. Mindfulness means that you are alert about what's happening. Then only you know, my attention should go here, shouldn't go there. And now I have to reflect about this thing. So when you say you are mindful, you have to bring wise attention, wise reflection.
Thought is correct.
And also I want to tell you now, when you look at Paccavekkhana here, Paccavekkhana is not a sitting meditation. You have to practice Paccavekkhana always before, during, after, and any activity that you are doing. You might be driving, you might be cooking, you might be doing anything. You have to check whether what you are doing harmful to you, harmful to others, harmful to the both, akusala, kusala. If it is akusala, what are we going to do? Let's say you found you doing akusala in your follow-up, before or during or after. What should you do?
Restrain.
Must stop immediately.
Stop it and restrain.
You stop
from
it, and then
repeating.
you have to go and confess this to a wise person, teacher. Because when you confess it to a wise person or teacher or even a spiritual companion, it gives you another motivation. What is it? Next time when you do that, when you think you want to do it, you will not do, because you know you have to go and confess again. The person also will not like you. You are again coming back and telling that you have the same problem. So you have a certain motivation. But if you don't tell that person, you again doing. Let's say you have a problem. You are overeating. Just think about the overeating practice. When you want to eat, you don't know where to stop. You never share with anybody. You think you can control it. Every day you try to control, but you cannot control. So every day you mess up, right? And then one day you go, you share that with the teacher, but they have, or maybe a teacher have a problem. I know I shouldn't have, but I always overeat. Okay, from today onwards, don't try to fill your tummy. Leave 4 to 5 morsels of food. Drink water. Now you know, according to Ambalaṭṭhika Rāhulovāda Sutta, Buddha teaches us, if you make a mistake, or if you're going to make a mistake, if you are in the process of making the mistake, you must confess sooner to a person like that. Then can you go and see the teacher again? Again, I am overeating. So then you don't have any motivation, any self-restraint about it. So one very important self-restraint thing is that you will have a certain self-monitoring about yourself when you confess. So,
Bhante, last question. Confession is more towards to teachers and all that. But when we ask for forgiveness, it's from the person that you make error with, right? Asking for forgiveness.
well, let's say you have harmed someone here. Let's say
Yeah.
you have harmed someone. That means you haven't practiced this teaching, right? This Paccavekkhana, wise reflection before, during, after. Then you first go and apologize to that person.
Ask for
You have to
forgiveness.
first. Before you go and confess to a teacher, you must first apologize. And the person also supposed to forgive you. Then you have to go and confess the teacher, because you have to be trained. If you don't go see a teacher, you will not be trained. You will again harm that person, another person again. Right? So, seeing a teacher, or even if you cannot see a teacher, at least your Kalyana Mitta. Let's say you have a Kalyana Mitta, your husband, your wife. They are also Kalyana Mitta if they are following. You sharing. I think I have a problem. I'm doing this. So, when you know you cannot overshare it all the time. That will itself be the motivation for you not to do it again. That's why it's very important to apologize if it is for other people, and then to get the forgiveness, and also to disclose it to a right person.
Sadhu. Thank you, Bhante.
All right, I think we got another small one. Can confession, repentance be done in front of a Buddha statue? Yeah. You can do it, but you are not getting a live monitoring situation from somebody, because Buddha is not looking at you, right? You just make a statement to the Buddha. You can do it, but you need a teacher, because when you have a teacher, teacher is monitoring you next time. Teacher will tell something to you next time if you do the mistake again. It's like you go to a school, right? If you make a mistake again, you will be scolded, right? But of course, teachers will not scold you because you don't want to feel bad about you. I do the mistake. I already confess. Again, I'm doing the mistake. Now I'm going to again confess. Will the teacher look at me in a nice way? Am I a good student? Because you want to protect that good student thing as well in a nice way. So I think, yes, you can do it. Just like how we do kayena vacha chittena, right? We do it. But if it is for me and to other people, I think it's better to approach a teacher or a wise person, spiritual companion, to tell. All right, I think it's almost past the time. So once again, we want to share that next week we are going to cancel our class. That means July 3rd, we are not meeting here. And then for July 10th, I will inform, because that was the day I'm coming back. So I will let you know the possibility of doing it. I hopefully we will do. So those are the information. And today we learn about reflection, wise reflection with regard to action. So from today onwards, we need to reflect before we do. before, during we do, after we do. What are the two things we have to check with? We have to check whether any action we are going to do is carrying harm to us, harm to others, harm to both of us. And also, is any impending, intending action going to create akusala vipaka, dukkha and all that, right? And also we have to check if we have to check whether this activity I'm gonna do, I have done, is creating harm to, is creating happiness to me, is creating happiness to others, is creating happiness to both of us, or is creating kusala vipaka. Then we have to grab that activity. We have to continue to do it. We have to continue to engage in those activities. Let's say we have done something not nice, we have to confess it to a right teacher. So then next session, we are going to pick up speech, a very important part of our life. Okay. So may all the good karmas we will be making today by learning about reflection, wise reflection with regard to the body, be transferred to all departed ones who passed away. In the name of all of us, may they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me ñātinam hotu, sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu, sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu, sukhita huntu ñātayo. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika receive all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, and happiness. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatan punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatan punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatan punya sampadang sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu sasanang. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanang. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu mang parang chirang rakhantu tvam sadati. Next is Dhammavish. Our Dhammavish is always to be surrounded with Kalyana Mitras who have more Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya. At the same time, we are going to practice Metta to all the others, although we might not have a close association that way. And may we also become Kalyana Mitras to as many sentient beings as we meet in our samsaric life. With this noble intention, let us make the Dhammavish. Imina punya kammena Mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yavanibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas we're making today by learning about wise reflection about body before, after, before, during, after we do actions, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siris nichang vadha pachāino chattaru dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balam ayurarogya sampatti sangha sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samicchatu. Sadhu, sadhu. All right, so with those blessings, wishing you a pleasant good night till we see you again next time.
Terima kasih Bhante.
Good night, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good night,
Good night.
Okay,
Good night.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Safe
Sadhu, sadhu,
travel.
sadhu.
Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good night.
Good
Have a
night.
blessed trip, Bhante. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone.
Good night, brothers,
Thank you,
sisters.
Sister Aliana.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Yes.
Sister
Thanks,
you.
Sister Elena.
Thank
Good
you.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you,
our sisters.
Bye, Sister Ariana.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good night,
Bhante,
everybody.
have a
Good
safe
night,
trip
Bhante.
to
Yeah,
US.
Thank you. Yes.
Have a safe trip,
Stay a
Bhante.
safe flight, huh?
Good night, everyone. See you
Good
all.
night, everyone. Thank you, Aliana.
Like Bhante, take good care.